Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a very exciting video. I feel like this is long awaited with the content on my channel. We are going to be doing the ultimate guide to scrapbooking. So if you did not know, I am 23 years old and I have been pretty much scrapbooking every major event since 2017. So here they are. These are the only two books that I have, but they hold about 50 pages. So I'm at about 75 pages because this one's halfway done, and they are just miscellaneous. So I'm going to be breaking this up into sections, and so you can actually click in the little scrubber below to the section that is applicable to you, or if you want to watch the entire video, I appreciate that, and let's get started. So obviously the first thing you're going to want to get is a scrapbook. This is the Black Damask one from Michaels, which is a mega album, and this is the Blue Woven mega album. It is super heavy because it has all the photos. I haven't went ahead and put any photos in the front. I kind of want to go through and figure out when they start and begin year-wise, even month-wise. But yeah, these are about $60 Canadian, but you can get them on 50% off quite often. So yeah, I would wait till these go 50% off. They usually go 50% off on the lowest price of the season sale, which happens once every season. So that sale is a really good one to pick these up. They also make smaller ones if you don't plan on scrapbooking a lot, and they are a little bit cheaper. They're usually around $30 to $40, but I recommend the mega album. Something important that I want to note is sometimes your stickers, if they're thicker, may make the book bulge, and that is because the pins in the spine usually are not very big from standard. So I actually picked up a set from Amazon, and it looks like this, and these are little posts in different sizes that you put in the spine. They usually max out when you run out of fabric here, so you just want to make sure that your post isn't so big that the fabric starts to get too far out. It's really hard to explain, but if you have done it yourself, you'll understand what I mean. So these are just different sizes that you can change out to give yourself more of a spine, and then you can hold more pages. I think I did this one, but I haven't done this one yet. How you replace the spine is this pin right here. As you can see, I have lots of room left on this one, but you can obviously take that out and make it a little bit bigger, and it will allow you to hold more pages. So that is just something to keep in mind. So now that we have talked about the actual scrapbooks themselves, I want to just quickly talk about how I take my photos. So one of the fun ways that you can do that is by using a disposable camera. I think this is a really fun way to just have more of a vintage look to your scrapbook. So I like using these every once in a while. Your other option is getting a Polaroid camera. This is the cheapest one on the market. This is the Instax Mini. It is a 2" by 3" photo in the end. And then I also have the Instax Share SP2. I believe they have a 1 and even a 3 out now. This is the printer for this. It doesn't use any ink, it just uses the same paper. So it's about $1 a photo, and you send through the app the picture that you want on it, and it develops exactly the same as this camera, but the quality of the photo is guaranteed. Obviously, when you take it on this, if you have it on the wrong setting or something, it's going to give you a blurry or not exposed properly photo. So this is an option. It's a little bit more expensive than the camera, but if you are purely getting it for aesthetic photos, I recommend this, because sometimes the photos on this can come out pretty wonky. And then obviously your last option is a camera or a smartphone. I have 2 cameras and a smartphone, so it just kind of varies what I want, and that was what I will film on or take pictures on. So this is the Canon M50. I actually do not recommend this camera very much because it is very hard to get a clear photo with the stock lens. This is the 15 to 45. I find when I take pictures of my dogs and stuff, they always come out blurry, so I recommend honestly just going with your iPhone. It is super easy and it gives great results. Okay, so say you take your photos, you're ready to scrapbook, and you need to get your photos printed because you took them on your iPhone. I want to go over kind of what I recommend photo quality wise. Keep in mind, I am in Canada. I do not have any recommendations for stores in the US. I'm only working with what I have. So for me, I just picked up a couple different photos just to show you how different the quality can be depending on where you get them printed. So this first one, as you can see, has a bunch of marks. They're not supposed to be there. That is from the printer. This is a great value print from Staples. Walmart's value prints are very similar. They are a little bit more glossy, however, they are always smudged, and I don't recommend that. If you don't mind that your scrapbook quality is not that great, this is a great option. They're usually pretty cheap. However, you can always get the Fujifilm ones from Walmart, and if you could tell, they are super glossy. The photo just melts right into the paper. This one almost looks like the ink is sitting on top, like you printed it at home. This one is very good quality. This is the Fujifilm Spark print. I will put a picture of the Walmart website here of what it looks like on there, and I can't get over the quality of this. And you can get them for usually 10 cents if you wait for a deal. They put one on every couple months, so if you just wait for the deals and print the last few months photos, you will always have good quality photos for around 10 cents a print. So the next thing we need to talk about is paper. Obviously, you're going to need something to put into your scrapbook. So here I have one. This is budget friendly. This is from Dollarama. It's $4 for the pad. I just picked up neutrals because I do have quite a bit of paper already, and I just didn't have any that looked like this. And so you get all these different color pages. It's 24 sheets for $4. Obviously, they don't have a lot of great pattern options, and the patterns that they do have typically are not as trendy. So if this isn't your cup of tea, then you can hop over to Michael's. They have some really great ones. This is when their hot buys used to be 48 sheets. I believe now they are 24 sheets, which is unfortunate because they're the same price, but they do still have really cute prints. So as you can see, just the quality is a little bit better. So that is just one that I have, and then here's another one. So you usually get a sheet that you can cut out and use for decorations, like that. And they do a lot of foil, just really nice detailing on these types of papers from Michael's. I absolutely love Michael's paper. And then again from Michael's, if you want to go more basic or you want stuff to mat your photos, they do have their colored themed ones. I like the essentials, but they also have it in a bright. This, I believe, runs you about $30, whereas these ones that are 48 sheets run usually $11.99, and they don't normally go on sale because they did put them as part of the everyday rewards program, but there are deals every once in a while. For me personally, I do like to also pick up the regular letter size paper as well, and they usually come in a pack of a bunch of different colors. They are also really great for matting photos, and I just like how you can get a themed pack of colors without having to invest the full $30 for the big pack. And they have lots of different themed colors as well that you can choose for different seasons and stuff, so this is another great option for paper. So the next major thing you are going to need, obviously, is a way to cut your paper. So I have a bunch of different options here. So we obviously just have standard scissors. You can always use a ruler to mark your lines very evenly and cut them by hand. Your next option is one of these slider paper cutters. I don't personally like these because I find that the blade, even from brand new, doesn't cut super smoothly, especially on cardstock. So this is one that you can find for a decent price at the craft store. It's just not my favorite personally. I always opt to get one of these arm cutters. They do the smoothest line, and it also helps you keep it flat right here so that you usually can cut on perfect 90 degrees. This is the X-Acto brand. It is one of my favorites. And then the last thing that I have for just cutting detailing on photos and stuff are crafting scissors. So these are Fiskars as well, and these are amazing. I love these. I've had the same set since I was a child when we would do crafting, and they last a really long time. And these two are my favorite out of the set. I love scallop and clouds. I think they give a really nice effect on photos, and they just add a nice pizzazz and a border. You can either cut the mat and do a fun edge on your matting, or you can cut the actual photo, and they just add a really nice touch to the scrapbooking. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is glue, because obviously we're going to need to glue everything down. The first one that is standard is white glue. I don't recommend this. It takes so long to set, and white glue can actually damage the dye on your paper. It will stain basically on certain papers, so I don't recommend using this unless you're putting like a jewel or something on and you have nothing else. Typically paper on paper, it will do a lot more harm than good. The next option that most people will have is just a glue stick. This is a mini one, that's why it's so small. And this is the purple one. I'm not sure if it's still good. Yeah, it is. I used to use these exclusively until I would go too far on my paper and then it would leave that film on it. So I decided to give these up, but they are a decent option as long as you stay within the lines. My favorite thing to use these days is a glue tape runner. It looks like this. You can get them at the dollar store. The only thing wrong with these in my eyes, other than sometimes the tape can get caught, is just the environmental damage on this, because I don't believe this is recyclable and it just has so much plastic. So my other option is just to buying a double-sided tape. One of the ones that I have found at my local dollar stores, these ones are actually from Dollar Tree or just like sometimes at off-name dollar stores. This is the Forever in Time photo mounts. So they come out as little squares here. It's kind of broken, but you pull here and it brings you out a one-sided square. So it pulls it off the tape for you. You pull them off, you stick them on, and then when you're ready to put the pictures together, you take the backing off and you're ready to go. So this has much less environmental damage. As you can see, it's just a cardboard box with a little bit of paper. So you can actually recycle everything once you're done using it. And they're really great. I've never had any issues with them falling off. So these are a really good option for glue. Okay, and we also cannot forget stickers. Obviously, this is one of the most fun parts. So I range from Michael's to the dollar store. I have a bunch of different brand dollar stores around me. Dollarama is really great for seasonal stickers like these, but Crafter's Square from Dollar Tree is great as well. Some of them are a little bit tackier than others. This one here is not one I've reached towards yet, but they do have some simple ones that you can play up on here. And then we obviously have letter stickers. These are great if you don't want to do any titles yourself, but I will be showing you a few methods for easy titles as well. I picked these ones up. These are Martha Stewart. I don't know where they originally came from. I just found them at the dollar store. And then we obviously have Michael's. As you can see, Michael's are a little bit more fancy and a little bit more detailed and better themed. So you just have to kind of play up on the colors and then everything will match. So you can pick these up from anywhere from $1 to $10 if you want to go to Michael's. Another way that you can decorate your scrapbook pages is with ribbon. You can use this for borders or just outlining photos or just doing like zigzags on down the pages. I think this is a really fun option, and if you have not walked through the ribbon aisle at Michael's, I 10 out of 10 recommend. There is so many cute ribbons and they're all organized by color. It is amazing. So the next way you can spruce up your scrapbook are die cuts. So these are just pieces of paper that you cut into different shapes that are just little accents. I love making these on my Cricut. It is super simple. You can either go on Etsy or sometimes your laptop has pre-loaded clip art and you just find shapes. Even Design Space has some for free, and you literally just load your paper, set it to basic cut, and you can cut little shapes like this out. And the last thing other than photos are mementos or just travel items that you keep. This one here is just a Christmas card, for example, from my grandparents. This is something really special that you can add to your scrapbooks, and it will keep them in a safe spot and they won't get damaged, and they can add a little bit of personal touch to your scrapbooks. So I am a big fan of using modern technology for scrapbooking, whether that be your computer processor such as Word, or even using your Cricut and Cricut Design Space. I just think it makes it a little bit less stressful. But if you want to do all of your titles and captions by pen, these are my favorite pens to go for. I recommend the Sharpie pens. These are great. They come in all the basic colors and they are a great fine tip. So that is the tip. As you can see here, it is a perfect fine point for doing smaller wording and captions, and they come in all the colors you will need. And then if you want to go a little bit more color range and just versatility, the Papermate flares are awesome. So I have a bunch of different types here. I have the Ultra Fine. So the Ultra Fine, I believe, is their basic line. I don't know if it's different than just the regular flare, but they recently, I don't know how recent actually, but they sometime more recent, they came out with the Bold. These are great as well, more for if you want to do colored in titles. And their color range is absolutely incredible. You basically have access to any color ever if you end up buying all of the expansion packs of the flares. They make different collections and stuff. And yeah, so depending on what you're looking for, I do like the quality of the Sharpie. I feel like they last longer, but the flares have more color versatility and tip sizes, so it's really up to you what you're trying to accomplish. So now that we have gone through how to get your photos developed and where to get your paper and pens and stickers and everything like that, I wanted to pull some spreads out of my actual personal scrapbook and show you guys exactly how I scrapbook. So this first one is probably the most recent out of the pile. This is my 23rd birthday, and as you can see, this was a very, very quick spread. I did all of my stuff using my Cricut, so the title here is custom cut. These are the die cuts I was talking about. I did a 23 and a cake. The photos are just some quick pictures, mostly of drinks, but my cake as well. And then we just did some matching stickers. These are from Dollarama. This is a super easy spread. It probably took me under 20 minutes, and sometimes that's all it takes. The next one here I wanted to show because the title here is completely stickers. That is a great method for people who are not quite confident in their skills for that yet. I just picked up a couple packs of stickers. Again, a very quick spread. I didn't do any matting or anything like that. It was just a super fun one. I believe that the busier the background is, the less stickers and stuff you need to really make it pop. I do like using a messy background, as you can tell. This next one I wanted to show because I did use my Cricut and its pen to do this title, so it'll outline the letters, and then I just went ahead and colored them in. And another really quick one, I didn't mat anything, I just made sure to cut the photos really nice, and it ended up turning out very cute. So this one here, I believe I actually made this in a YouTube video, so I will link it up here in the eye right now if I can. This was a Cricut scrapbook with me because, again, cut all my matting, did the lettering here, and all my die cuts with my Cricut, and this one turned out very, very cute. Again, I decided to do some rounded edging and some with the regular square edging, and I just think this ended up looking super cute. So here is the first one that I'm showing you where I matted my photos. I like this one because I used the crinkle cut scissors and just some really plain little stickers. I thought the background was nice enough and the contrast of the colors that I didn't really need too much else. And this is how it came out, and I really like it. And then the last one I wanted to show you guys was using word processing and just a really fun font. And I just printed it out and cut it out, and so I just did that on my computer. No Cricut or anything like that. We used the crinkle cut scissors again, and we did handwritten titles, which I thought was cute. So this one is super cute as well. That is my dog Bear. He is featured in most of my scrapbook videos just because my other family members are just pretty private and they don't want their photos slapped up on the internet, so this is the best option for me. And I have a little Santa chipboard sticker here. These are also chipboard stickers, and washi tape, which I didn't mention but is another great option. And yeah, so you guys can really just play around with so many different detailing and just have so much fun getting your scrapbook started. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some tips on how to get started scrapbooking. I didn't go too much into actually making a page because I'm going to link my scrapbook playlist down below. In the description, it has a bunch of different videos of me scrapbooking and another scrapbook for beginners. That is a great video. I will put it at the end of this video as well that you can click on it. and I just wanted to go more in depth of where I buy stuff and just the basic stuff you will need to get started. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and if you liked this type of video, you can subscribe. I do crafting videos almost exclusively. You might see a little bit of lifestyle content here and there, but it is quite rare. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!